Hello everyone, Doris here. I'm just going to share with you 3 cool things about doTERRA essential oils. And the first cool thing is that they are 100% natural and safe. There's nothing added to the oil or taken away from the oil. There's a lot of confusion out there because essential oils are becoming rather mainstream. You can find them in even grocery stores, retail stores, online. So hopefully by the end of today, you'll have an idea of some of the look-fors before you purchase and use essential oils. Okay, being natural and safe would be the first one. And when I'm speaking with you today, I am referring to doTERRA essential oils because that's where I've done my research, and I would encourage you to do the same. So these are just simply pure essential oils extracted from Mother Nature. This means that you can confidently and properly use them safely with babies, children, adults, the elderly, and yes, even your pets. Oils are extracts from plants that have amazing health benefits. They're very super concentrated and powerful, 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. In fact, most of the herbs that we use, the essential oil has been extracted out of that before we get it into our homes. So 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you can see how powerful they are. If you were with me here, I would have you experience peppermint essential oil by putting a drop in the palm of your hand. I would have you poke your finger in that, put it on the roof of your the roof of your mouth, or under your tongue. That works too. Have you rub it between your hands and make what I call a scent tent, cupping it over your nose and mouth, being careful not to get it in your eyes. And we would breathe that in and out, rubbing it on the back of your neck. And I know you can't feel this, but what I'm experiencing is opening up my airways. It's cooling, invigorating, energizing, just uplifting, right? Great for head tension or cooling the body down if you're experiencing overheating for whatever reason. If you do happen to get oils in sensitive parts of your body, like your eye, you don't want to flush it out with water because oil and water don't mix. I use fractionated coconut oil, but you could use olive oil, grapeseed oil, any carrier oil to dilute that and release that. Anybody who's used essential oils has accidentally gotten it into a sensitive part of their body. They're not recommended for use in your eyes, ears, nose, or other sensitive areas unless specifically used and carefully diluted, okay? So the coconut oil I really like because it's antimicrobial and it doesn't leave a sticky residue. What I really love about these oils is the certified pure tested grade standard. They're completely pure and potent. That's super important because there's no governing body that's really saying what you put on the label and what you put in the bottle is what's actually in the bottle. doTERRA has set the industry standard. They have over 50 tests, third-party testing from the source to the processing to the time it goes in your bottle, okay? So you know when you get a bottle of peppermint, it's 100% pure peppermint that has been sourced in the country where the plant grows best. That's what results in the absolute best chemistry for the plant. You can grow lavender in a greenhouse or even here in Ontario, but if you were to examine the chemistry between those, that essential oil and the oil sourced from lavender from Bulgaria or France, it wouldn't have all the compounds and therefore not the same effect. So doTERRA sources from over 45 countries, 26 developing countries, and they could go in and buy the land and do it all themselves, but doing what's right isn't always what's easy. And pursuing what is pure is what they're all about. And part of that is also giving back to the communities where the oils come from, sourcing sustainably, ethically, fairly, all of those things. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Okay, so if someone says we are just like doTERRA, that just isn't possible. We just learned at convention, an outside institution, and forgive me, I forget the name offhand, but they approached doTERRA 5 years ago, and they wanted to study the chemistry of lavender. And they found that over 5 years, it was consistent. What does that mean? Lavender is now considered pharmaceutical grade. And they've actually already started doing studies, clinical trials, looking at the effects of lavender on our bodies, because it's consistent enough to be considered pharmaceutical grade. And that's where doTERRA is heading with all of the oils that they provide. Okay, so there's huge science. We work with Johns Hopkins, hundreds of hospitals, research facilities. I could go on and on just about that, but I won't. You can go to www.sourcetoyou.com and find out more about the science and the sourcing and the testing. At the bottom of every bottle is a lot number. You can put that lot number in at that website and see the actual testing that was done on your bottle of essential oil and the results. How's that for transparency? And quite simply, if it didn't meet doTERRA standard, it's not going to be bottled and sent to anybody. They just won't bottle it. If it's not pure, it's not going to make its way into your home. 100% of what the label says, because doTERRA won't have it any other way, is what's in your bottle of oil. Take a deeper dive into that site if you'd like. The second cool thing about essential oils is that because of the sourcing and the testing and all of those things, they are effective. Okay, they do what they say they're going to do. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose, treat, cure anything. Neither is doTERRA. What the essential oils and products do is they give our bodies what they need to do their job. So I apologize if there's anybody with us here today that has a medical background, because I didn't even take biology in high school. We won't get into why, but I didn't. But you can see the picture that I also have here attached, referring to that picture. Let's say that this, my closed fist, was a cell in your body. And we know that cells have oily cell membranes, and the cell membrane protects the cell. It keeps all the good things in and all the bad things out. Environmental threats can have an effect on the cells, both from the outside and the inside. The cool thing about essential oils is that they can work with our bodies on a cellular level because they're lipid soluble. They can support the body's cells in a variety of ways, both inside and outside of the cell, and that makes them effective. And I could go into more detail about that, but our time today here is limited. I do want to share On Guard, our protective blend, which includes 5 different essential oils, and it's a go-to powerful essential oil blend to support your immune system. It's been researched and found to support healthy immune function and healthy immune response. It can soothe scratchy throats, and it's a great cleanser for your hands and home. We have many products infused with this magnificent blend that you can use in your home. The third cool thing about essential oils is that they're affordable, a very affordable complement to traditional healthcare. So, how many times have you taken time off work, visited the doctor, if you can even get into the doctor these days, only to find out that it was a minor temporary matter, that, go home, drink plenty of fluids, it'll resolve. You know what, if it gets worse, come and see me again. You're sent home, and whatever it is runs its course. At other times, you may be prescribed something to help. So some examples of how essential oils and products that are natural can support you. If we feel something coming on in our home, we use On Guard that I just shared, peppermint, oregano, tea tree, lemon, frankincense, and we put that in an empty veggie capsule. I probably should have had one to show you. I apologize. Or in a little shot glass. Probably everybody has those, with a little bit of water. Take that internally a few times a day for a couple of days. And we also apply these same oils on the bottom of our feet to support. For tummy troubles, Digest-N or Zengest is a go-to. It's amazing for solving tummy craziness, whether that comes from something you've eaten, whether that comes from worry that causes tummy upset. It's a very diverse oil. You can rub it over your belly button, or again, take a drop in a veggie cap or with a bit of water. Anybody else find, now my boys are all grown up, but as a mom, ear discomfort presents itself at the worst time, often in the middle of the night or just when you're ready to go to bed, and there's no way you're getting a doctor on the phone or any support with that. And it's not often recommended because of that medication wreaking havoc on their tummies. And you don't want to be waiting for hours in emergency. So a drop or two of lavender and melaleuca around the ear, again, not in, okay, before bedtime, or a drop on a cotton ball just at the opening can help to support and relieve for pennies per drop. And the most affordable thing for me is not seeing our loved ones struggle if we have something that's at our hands, at our fingertips, ready to use, okay? Very affordable option for everyday challenges that come up. Lavender is another one. It's great for soothing and relaxing, okay? It's soothing to the skin. It's called sort of our Swiss Army knife because it's also like a natural antihistamine. Any occasional skin irritations, bug bites, blemishes. But most of all, it can help support, as it has myself, along with another oil called Serenity, a blend, help you sleep at night. You can put that drop like I showed you in the palm of your hands, make a scent tent. You can rub the fingers on your pillow before you go to sleep. You can put a couple drops on the bottom of your feet before you go to bed. You can put a couple drops in a tea before you go to bed. Amazing and versatile oil. I mean, we have hundreds of oils and products, from skincare, nutrition lines, supporting exercise and muscle and joint discomfort. Just so many different products. I'm just barely scratching the surface here with you today. And so there you have our 3 cool things about essential oils. Refer to the picture below. Take some time to look at source2u.com to further see sorry, just pausing here because something's coming through here. I'll be back to talk about 3 ways we can use essential oils a little bit later on. I hope you'll join me then. It's super easy. When you trust the essential oil that you're using, the rest is easy. You just start. You learn as you go. You become part of a group of, well, doTERRA is like near 10 million people now. So there's a reason for that. Hope to see you a little bit later when we share 3 cool ways to use essential oils. I'll show you just how easy it can be. Thanks for joining me.